Hi everyone, it's Ashton, aka the Outspoken Oracle, and I'm back with another tarot reading for you today. Please keep in mind that tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please just think of me as your bestie here with a little bit of advice for you. And as with advice from your best friend, you take some, you leave some. Please use your discernment always. Only take what resonates with you. Okay, so the message I have for you today is do not cower in the face of adversity. What the energy that I'm getting is that a lot of you guys have the tendency to run away, to cower at even the slightest feeling of distress that comes your way. And that distress needs to be faced in order for you to move past it. You will face the same type of distress over and over again until you actually face it. And what I'm picking up on is that there are a lot of you in the collective right now that are actual cowards. And instead of actually facing things, like even within a conversation, you will say things like, oh, well, I'm not going to have this conversation. And then shirk the responsibility over to the person that wants to have the conversation and say that they're being overly dramatic when in fact you're being a coward. Yes. I'm calling you out, collective. There are a lot of you guys out there that are cowards, that cannot face things, that cannot face your lives, that cannot face reality, that cannot face the truth, that cannot face conversations, that cannot face confrontation, that cannot face rejection, that cannot face any sort of thing that makes you feel bad. And when other people try to confront you with these feelings, it's suddenly their problem, when in fact it's your problem because you are not brave. You are in fact a coward, but that is not your natural setting. Your natural setting is not to be a coward. Your natural setting is to be strong and resilient. And something in your life turned things around that made you into a coward. And right now the message that I'm getting is do not cower in the face of adversity. So let's pull the cards and see what Spirit has to say about this. I'm going to be upfront. I might be hurting people's feelings in this reading. I don't know yet, but the energy that I'm getting feels like somebody's feelings might be hurt. And if your feelings are hurt, that means that, you know, it's a trigger for you. And that means that there's something there that needs to be examined and healed within you. Okay. Angels, guides, ancestors, please assist me with this reading. Please help to give me insight into the questions I seek answers to, protecting from any negative entities that might try to interfere on this reading, give me false information. Please speak truth and honesty to me through the cards, give me insight of the highest good of everyone involved. And as always, thanks for showing up each and every day. Love you so much. All right, Spirit, what message do you have for the collective in regards to not cowering in the face of adversity? What is the message do you have for the collective in regards to not cowering in the face of adversity, Spirit? Spirit, what is the message you have for the collective in regards to not cowering in the face of adversity? Actually, as I'm pulling these cards, if you could please do me a favor and like, comment, and subscribe to this video, I would very much appreciate it. You would be doing me a huge favor for the growth of this channel, and I would very much appreciate it just because I would. I appreciate everybody that's here, by the way. All right, so, okay. Starting out, we've got this Nine of Shields in reverse, Thunderbird. So this is, the energy that I'm getting is that for those people that are, the collective that this video is for, you are the type of person who thinks very highly of yourself. You think you've got it all together, that you have everything going on, that you are all of that in a bag of chips. I am actually picking up, collective, that whoever this reading is for, you might have some narcissistic tendencies or covert narcissistic tendencies in which you just think that the world is your oyster and that you deserve everything and all eyes on you, all attention on you. However, anytime you are faced with any sort of adversity, anytime you are faced with any sort of truth, anytime you are confronted, it feels like an attack on you, and it feels like you are being shot down and that somebody's trying to mess up your world and mess up your happiness and mess up all these things. That's not what is happening. However, the energy that I'm getting is that Spirit is saying that whoever this message is for, collective, that you are in a place where you need your ego poked and deflated at this time, because The reason why you were unable to actually face any sort of adversity in your life and why you always cower away from the conversations that need to be had or facing people that have a truth that you don't want to hear is because it messes up your own personal worldview. But what Spirit's telling me right now, collective, is that your personal worldview is completely warped and you need to see things differently. So right now, maybe you need to feel as if what you have ain't all that in a bag of chips because you're looking at things completely wrong. With the sun in reverse, Spirit's telling me that even though, collective, this might be for somebody who, again, seemingly has it all together, has all the material things and things of that nature, you're not actually happy. You feel like something is constantly missing in your life, and it's because you are living without truth. You are living without honesty because you always hide away from it. You always run away from the truth. You always run away from confrontation. You always tell people they're being dramatic when in fact your inability to actually face any sort of confrontation or adversity is actually you being dramatic because you are too much of a baby to actually face what's right in front of you. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you a baby, but that's what's coming through. Spirit saying somebody needs to have their feelings hurt enough for them to see clearly what's going on right here. It's just that you don't want to live in the truth. You like to live in your la la land, and there is delusion that is covered in faith. There are two types of delusion. There's a delusion that is covered in faith, and there is a delusion that keeps you living in falsehoods, that keeps you living with lies. And whoever you are, collective, that this reading is going to resonate with, you choose to live a life of lies. You choose to live a life of image. You choose to live a life on the surface when in actuality, none of that is real. With this one of vessels in reverse, what I'm getting is that you, collective, live a life that lacks compassion, that lacks grace, that lacks love, because you are so focused on how your life looks to the outside world that you have done no internal work to actually build your empire on the inside. And that's what needs to be focused on right now. To be completely honest, I don't know who in the collective this reading is going to resonate with, because I feel like the people that tend to watch my videos might be a little bit more elevated this in terms of their emotionality and their connecting internally into spirit. However, this is going to reach the right person. Or collective, you might be watching this for somebody that you know, and this might really resonate with you in regards to this person. But Spirit is challenging you now, collective, that this reading is for, to start working from the inside out. Whatever is on the outside, you've already taken care of that. Now it's time for you to do the internal work, because you're going to always feel that sense of lack as long as you're not working on the inside. I have this 3 of vessels in reverse, the corn dance. Spirit's telling me with this that you have relied so heavily on the approval of outsiders, on the opinions of outsiders, on having constant validation from other people. And Spirit's like, this is a time for you to go it alone, for you to really examine what's happening with yourself. Because as long as you have the distractions of outside people, especially the same people who will continuously validate you, then you won't see the truth. It is time for you to really take some time to yourself and stop seeking out other people's validation so that you can actually look inside and see the truth. With this 7 of Shields in reverse here, it's telling me that like your constant need for validation, your constant need to seek out other people for approval, your constant need to be right when it comes to other people has led to a lack of growth. It has led to a lack of self-reflection about your past, about who you are as a person, about the people you choose to surround yourself with. You, collective, whoever's watching this or whoever's watching this for this person, not a very growth-centered person. And Spirit's challenging you to really examine your past and who you surround yourself with in order to be more growth-centered. With this Three of Shields in reverse, the craftsman, Spirit again is reiterating the people that are in your life are not actually on your team. They actually want to continue with this lack of growth for you because you are serving them in a way by you not growing. And then the question that I have for you is, do you like being used? Because what's happening by you not growing is you are being used by the people that are around you. They are holding you up and revering you and what you have monetarily or on the surface and your good looks and this and what that and whatever. But they actually don't see the pain, the hurt, this desire for something more on the inside. But the thing of it is that what they're holding you up and esteeming you to doesn't lead to your growth. But it's helping them maintain their lifestyle, their livelihood, and making them feel good about themselves where they're at. They want you to continue down this path of running away from your troubles, of running away from tough conversations, of running away from potential criticism that might actually be right and might help you grow. These people are not on your team. They are not on your side because when you are stuck and you are not growing, you are benefiting them. You are being used. How does it feel to be used? Once you reframe what's happening in your life as you being used by the people you are continuously choosing to keep around you, you might decide that it's time for you to face those tough conversations you've been missing out on, for you to face the truths that people have been telling you, for you to face your dark side, for you to face the things that might be painful to you. With this Seven of Pipes here, it's telling me that you've spent so much of your life just fighting against anything that seems like the slightest bit of an inconvenience, that with this Justice in reverse card, that you actually have not been dealing yourself a fair hand, because not everything is an attack. Some things are attack. But you have gotten to the point where you are so defensive in your life that you can't see when a helping hand is being presented to you, when you can't see when advice is not actually criticism. You fight against every single thing that comes your way. And because of that, you are personally the one that is doing a disservice against yourself. Your life does not feel imbalanced. Your life doesn't feel fair, and it's because you choose to see everything as an attack. You like to keep things happy and pretty, but the thing of it is, you're not happy. You're not happy, not on the inside. You want more, you strive for more, but you can't have more if you're unwilling to grow, and you can't grow if you can't have the tough conversations. You can't grow if you don't take the advice of the people that mean well. And the thing of it is that perhaps you have surrounded yourself with the type of people that don't mean well, and you internally feel that you have then projected that on every single person around you, even if you have come into contact with people that have done nothing but meant you well in your life. With this Maiden of Pipes here, Spirit is challenging you, collective, to try something new. You need to change course and try something new, go in a new direction. This is you beginning to take leadership of your life. You need to take leadership of your life. You need to learn how to take control of things and make your own choices. This is the beginning stages. This is the stage where you are learning how to do this, but you have to learn how to do this or else you're going to stay stuck. You will continue to be a coward. Do you want to be a coward who is being used by the people around you? If you don't want to be a coward and you don't want to be used, then it's time for you to have those tough conversations. It's time for you to face those things about yourself that aren't so great. Stop having people blow smoke up your ass and tell you, oh, you're so great, oh, this, that, whatever, because it's not serving you. It's not. You're done. It's time for you to move on past this collective. Collect your shit and move on. With this 4 vessels in reverse pregnancy, it is time, and you've been avoiding this, for this offer that's been given to you by God for this new beginning to be birthed. You've been avoiding. You have been avoiding up until this point, this offer that God is giving you. And God's like, nope, we're not going to allow you to avoid this any longer. It is time for this new life to be birthed. You've been waiting too long. You've been dancing around the subject. You've been acting a little bit skittish, but it's time for it to be birthed. And because this card has pregnancy on it, I'm hearing like this is like a 9-month process, 40 weeks. So you think back to 9 months ago, what is it? Currently, if you're watching this in real time, it's the middle of August. So 9 months ago would have been the middle of December, give or take, but it's actually 40 weeks. So it would have put you somewhere in November that you, collective, were avoiding a tough conversation or avoiding having a conversation or communication or facing yourself in some way. So around November, December of last year, and this is not going to be for everybody, but for some of you guys, around November or December of last year, 2023, if you're watching this in real time, but if you're not watching in real time, think back 9 months ago, 40 weeks ago, whatever was happening at that time that you were avoiding, Spirit saying, you're not going to avoid it anymore because I gave this to you to help you. But you were a coward about it. And you can't be a coward about it anymore. With this hosting coyote, which is the equivalent of the magician, Spirit saying that rather than actually taking the gift that Spirit was giving you, that God was giving you, you decided to use the power that you knew you had in that situation for bad. You turned it around and you're like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm going to do what I need to do in this situation. But you use your power for bad. And for some of you, collective, I am picking up that because you chose to not use your God-given gifts and the way that you were supposed to, things in your life have looked a little bit weird, a little bit wonky, a little bit bad. Things have been going sideways, but also like not completely sideways, but a little bit. You might be all up in your head. Things might be like, it just might be a mental sidewaysness that you just feel like you're constantly being challenged. And it's because you did not take the offer that you were being given about 9 months, 40 weeks ago. With the Two of Shields in reverse here, yeah, it was your decision to not use your power for good, to not transform what was being offered to you into something good for you that is putting you in a place where your life currently feels like it's out of balance. You are being forced now to face what was being given to you because you were a coward in the past. It's time for you to not be a coward. You have to face your emotions. You don't get to run away from it. This is something that is going to chase you down, and you have to see the truth. With this moon in reverse here, Spirit's telling me that a lot of emotions are coming to the surface for you right now, and you can't avoid what's happening. You can't avoid what's happening because you were supposed to face it before, and now Spirit is no longer giving you the option to avoid it, and this is working for your benefit. The fact that you can't keep these emotions under wraps. You were able to in the past, but not any longer. With this Chief of Shields here, it's telling me that even if you don't realize it, you having to experience these emotions that you've been avoiding is actually what's going to give you the stability you need to have a successful life moving forward. You facing the reality of your life, the reality of the situation, all of your emotions, this is actually going to be beneficial to your future. This is going to bring your stability, but you have to stop bullshitting yourself. With the world here, Spirit's saying that, like, once you learn this lesson, that these emotions that you have that are bubbling to the surface are actually important to your growth, to your stability, to your future. It's all a part of your destiny. Then this lesson will be over and you can move on to the next phase of your life. You have to confront the emotions that you've been avoiding. You have to confront the conversation that you were being avoided. Like, and it's like you just like shut something down. You shut it down. You're like, I'm not dealing with this. Nope. Now it's time to deal with it, because you're not going to be able to avoid this forever. Those emotions that are coming to the surface, things that are coming up, guess what? They're not going anywhere, and you're going to be stuck with this for as long as it takes for you to acknowledge it in your life. It's not going anywhere, and you will be stuck. Figure it out, because Spirit's ready for you to be done with this lesson in your life. Your stability is supposed to happen, but you won't be able to have it until you face what you've been avoiding. And you know what? Right now, Spirit's like, fuck what people think about you. Fuck how people view you. Fuck how you view yourself, because that's not even an accurate perception of who you are. You don't even know who you are. And you will learn who you are, but you have to face this conversation that you've been avoiding. All right. So, final thoughts. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with this reading, but, Spirit's getting feisty right now. Final thoughts with this Six of Vessels, contentment. You're supposed to be in a place of building happy memories. You're supposed to be in a place of being content. You're supposed to be in a place where you feel safe and seen and looked after. But that's not going to happen. Not until you stop being a coward about what's happening in your life and the things that are coming up, and you finally face the emotions and the conversations that you've been avoiding. But this is where you're supposed to be. And until you stop being a coward, you're not going to have it. Got the Fool in reverse here. Spirit's saying that, collective, you are so worried about how other people view you that you're unwilling to do the things that you're supposed to do. Again, like I said, fuck what people think about you. What people think about you has nothing to do with who you are and what your life is supposed to look like. Nobody else is living your life for you. Live your life for yourself. It is your time. Stop worrying about if you look foolish. Go ahead and turn into the Fool. Take that leap of faith and actually confront the things that you've been avoiding for the past 9 months or 40 weeks. It's time with this Hermit card. I feel like you, in reverse, you have been, again, avoiding things. You've been kind of holed up, boxed up, doing your thing and avoiding what it is that you thought you needed to avoid. But you now have a lot more information, a lot more proof that the thing that you were avoiding is actually the thing that you need to face. So it's time for you to get out of hermit mode and face what you've been avoiding. Stop being a coward. You are not a coward. Stop being a coward and get these people out of your life, because they are not serving you. They're just using you. Do you like to be used? Do you like to be a coward, huh? I don't think so. Figure it out. Face what you've been avoiding, because I guarantee you it is going to haunt you. It's like you have a ghost of your own bad decisions that is haunting you for the rest of your life unless you face what you've been avoiding. Stop being a coward and face it. Take that leap of faith. All right. Y'all, that was a little bit feisty, but that's what the message of Spirit had today. Again, please like, share, comment, subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. Thanks for rocking with me today, y'all. And please never forget just how divine you are.